Supreme Court judgment on the ADC leadership crisis, delivered Thursday, April 30th, 2026. What the Supreme Court actually ruled. Core decision. The court vacated the Court of Appeal's status quo ante bellum order. The Court of Appeal acted beyond its jurisdiction by issuing that order after it had already dismissed the case. Senator David Mark's appeal succeeded in part. The court did not give final judgment on who is the ADC chairman. Instead, it directed all factions to return to the Federal High Court for continuation of the case. What status quo ante bellum means here. The Court of Appeal had ordered ADC to maintain the situation before the dispute. Because of that, INEC on April 1st removed Mark and Ralph Aregbesola from its portal as national chairman and secretary and refused to recognize any faction. Immediate effect for David Mark's faction. Temporary relief. The Supreme Court ruling affirms the legitimacy of Mark as national chairman and Aregbesola as national secretary for now. ADC welcomed it as validation. For the case, it's not over. The substantive leadership dispute. Mark versus Nafiu Balagombe/Ralph Norsu factions still has to be heard at the Federal High Court. The restoration is temporary, pending final determination. For INEC, the Supreme Court set aside the order that forced INEC to freeze recognition. But INEC still has to wait for the trial court's final judgment. A separate Federal High Court ruling already barred INEC from recognizing ADC congresses conducted by Mark's caretaker committee, the David Mark faction, backed by Atiku, Obi, Amechi, and Aregbesola. Nafiu Balagombe faction, claiming to be the legitimate chairman. Ralph Nwosu, former national chairman, is also a respondent. What started it? Aggrieved members sued, challenging Mark's caretaker committee for constituting Congress committees for state congresses planned for April 2026. Federal High Court ruling. Justice Abdul Malik held that neither the 1999 Constitution nor ADC's Constitution empowered Mark's caretaker committee to appoint committees for state congresses. The 4-year tenure of state excos remains valid. Political fallout, ADC reaction. Hailed the verdict, saying it done great credit to the judiciary, but warned the struggle is far from over, said it won't be intimidated. Atiku, don't celebrate yet. The real battle is still ahead. The victory belongs to Nigerians, but the road ahead remains long. Wyke said ADC is still in a big problem, and neither here nor there. The noted case must go back to the Federal High Court. Also said Atiku, Mark is not welcome back to the PDP. Analysts say the ruling looks like a victory, but the crisis is unresolved, because the political parties must submit membership registers by May 10th, or they can't sponsor candidates for 2027. If the Supreme Court didn't rule quickly, ADC risked not being on the ballot. Mark Aregbesola's leadership is restored for now. Not final, Federal High Court must still decide the main case. Multiple factions remain, and internal cohesion is weak. INEC is still constrained by the Federal High Court order on congresses.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more content. Stay tuned to the channel. Contest for Contenders.